Okay, get yourself ready for your restorative practice. Just a really nice, calming, relaxing, reviving practice that brings us energy and quietness in equal measure. So have a blanket for underneath your head, have a bolster for underneath your knees, and a couple of blocks for your feet. And then just bring yourself down onto the floor. If you've got something to cover your eyes with as well, that is always worth having. So get yourself comfortable. Make sure that the blocks are supporting the backs of your shins. Make sure the bolster is supporting the backs of the knees. Your back is comfortable. That you're in a good straight line. At the back of your neck and your head is supported by the folded blanket. Cover your eyes if you possibly can, and then just allow yourself to release into the floor. So often this is my favorite part of the session, just that first moment where you give yourself the opportunity to just relax for the first time, especially if you've had a busy day. So close your eyes, cover your eyes if you can, and then just release into the straight line of the floor. Give yourself permission to be here. Give yourself permission to relax and let go. Listen to the sound of your breath as it enters and as it exits. Just focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Using each exhalation to gently release into the floor a little more each time. So after a few minutes, just assess whether you're comfortable, whether you need to adjust the position just to enhance the relaxation of the pose. Draw your attention into the soles of the feet. So the skin of the sole of the foot begins to tingle with awareness. Feel the skin of the underside of the foot tingle with awareness, and then consciously relax the skin of the sole of the foot. Draw your attention to the top of the foot again, so that the skin tingles with consciousness. And then consciously relax the top of the foot. Draw your attention into your shins, to the skin and the muscle and the bone. Take a deep inhalation, and then with the exhalation, allow the shins to sink into the calf muscle, relaxing the shin. Relaxing the shin skin and the muscle and the bone. Take a deep inhalation and push your out breath into your thighs. Just bringing your attention into your thighs. And allow the shins to relax and the thighs to sink into the backs of the thighs, allowing the legs to completely release. Allowing the fronts of the thighs to sink into the backs of the thighs. Taking a deep inhalation, and with the exhalation just allowing your legs to sink into the floor. Take a deep inhalation into the abdomen, filling the abdominal region with the energy of the breath, and then allow the abdomen to sink into the spine, just letting go of any tension around the abdomen. Draw your attention and your breath into the upper torso, into the rib cage and the lungs. And just spend a little time allowing that region to soften and release. And completely release the chest and the torso into the floor with the exhalation. Draw your attention into your arms, allowing the breath to fill into the bones and into the muscles and into the skin. Drawing your focus into your arms with the breath, and then with an out breath, allow your arms to completely surrender into the floor. With an out breath, release your arms into the floor, relaxing the muscles of the arms and the elbows and the forearms and the wrists and the palms and the arm muscles. And then draw your attention into your neck, softening around the throat, softening the eyes and the skin around the skull. So release your neck, and the muscles around the face, and just bask in that feeling of energetic lightness. Just enjoying the lack of demand on you and your body and your mind, just using this time to recuperate. So, as we progress into the sequence, I'll speak less and less so that you're able to focus without having to listen. So, as we progress into the practice, as you know, I'll speak less and less. So, you're not having to listen, you can just use the time to completely relax. Giving ourselves a good long opportunity to relax in this basic relaxation pose. As you remain in this basic relaxation pose, just observe how the lightness of energy fills the feet and into the legs and into the torso and into the arms and the head. Just indulging in deep inhalations, deep exhalations. Those are the sole demands on your physical body. Okay, when you're ready to disturb yourself, just wriggle your toes and your fingers, just bringing yourself back into this just pose of Shavasana. Bring your feet onto the bolster, have your knees together, just rest your back into the floor for a moment or two. And then just gently roll onto your right side. Just uncover your eyes if you had them covered. And then just come up into cross legs, just your hands on your knees. Just spend a moment to observe your energy, how your energy is lifted just from that basic relaxation pose. So we're going to keep our energy flowing with the butterfly pose. So have a bolster for your back and then have a couple of blocks. So we're going to sit on a little ramp. Well, we're going to sit on the floor, but there's going to be a little ramp behind us. So have a tall ended block for your head and then a slightly lower block just for the middle of the bolster. So you've got this little ramp, and then have a blanket for your head, and then sit close to the end of the bolster. Bring the feet into Baddha Konasana. If you've got a bolster handy, you can just, it's not a bolster, sorry, a belt handy, just slide that on the outside of your feet. Just pull in the belt just into the groin region a little, just to keep the bolster, sorry, just keep the feet in position, and then come down. So make sure your bolster feels secure. And then just rest yourself down into the floor. Let the knees fall apart. Again, if you can cover your eyes, have something over your eyes just to block out the light. So this reclining butterfly pose just feels like it opens the chest. Listen to your breath. Allow the chest to broaden with the in-breath. Remember, if the pose doesn't feel comfortable, adjust it until it does. I'm just bringing my bolster down a little. That feels better. So have support underneath your head, so your forehead doesn't roll back. Just breathe in through the nose and down into the abdomen. And then to bring yourself out of this pose, just stretch your legs out and then take the eye cover off if you've still got it on, and then push yourself up into cross legs. And again, just observe how your energy is feeling right now. Just observing that deep openness of the chest, almost floaty energy. Okay, we're gonna do another couple of just shoulder and chest openers. So if you've got an oblong bolster, it's generally better for this. You can use a tubular bolster, but it can be a little bit, I think they feel a bit too firm for me. If you've got an oblong bolster, that's usually kind of more gentle. If you don't have a tubular, if you don't have an oblong bolster, then just get your folded blanket, fold it over like this, and then have it in the armpit chest where we're going to have the bolster. So I'll show you. So you're just going to come over onto our side, just lengthening out this way, and then have a block for your head. And then you start off with both elbows together, but then you're going to just roll over and then let that. So we kind of roll over on the bolster. I'm running out of space here. So we run over on the roll over on the bolster, keep the head supported, and then just let that upper arm just hang in the air. If that's uncomfortable for your shoulder, then get a block for your hand and then just rest your hand on the block. So coming over onto your side, just have the two elbows together, hands together, and then keep your knees where they are, and then just roll that top elbow over so that your chest is facing the ceiling, but your knees are still in the same position as they were before you rolled over. Let that top hand just hang in the air, or you can support it with the block. Close your eyes again. You can cover your eyes if you've got something to cover them with. Just breathing evenly and deeply. Just breathing down into the abdomen. It's quite a strong opening of the front of the arm, of the shoulder. And then bring that elbow over back down onto the ground, just resting. The two hands together, the two elbows close together. Stay down on your side for a moment. And then straighten your top leg, come back up onto your into cross legs, just hold onto your knees for a moment. Just observe the openness of the chest, the liveliness of your energy. And then we'll go over onto the other side. So knees in the opposite direction this time, stretching over, bringing the bolster underneath the armpit chest, having the block underneath your head, having both arms together at first, and then keep your knees where they are, and then just roll that top elbow over so that it's floating in the air, or if that's uncomfortable, have the block just to support that arm. And then just bring that arm back, just resting the two arms together, just resting on your side for a moment. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into seated position, just cross legs. Just observing your energy, observing the feeling of the back and the shoulders and the arms and the head. And then just get a bolster just for underneath your knees again. Have the blanket for underneath your head. And then just come back down into our basic relaxation pose. Just to ground ourselves after the deeply energizing chest opening poses. Just allow yourself to release into the floor. Observing the lightness of your energy radiating out from the bones, radiating into your muscles and your flesh and the skin. Using your in-breath to fill that energy down into the tips of the toes, into the tips of the fingers, and up into the top of the head. Using the out-breath to distribute even further. Just basking in that feeling of energetic lightness. And when you're ready to disturb yourself, just gently wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. Just bring yourself back into this basic relaxation pose. Bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster, have the feet apart, the knees together, just resting your back into the floor. And then very gently draw your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from top to bottom, from side to side, just bringing yourself back into the room, bringing yourself back into the physical pose, into the physical body. And then roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out your top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just a final cross legs with your hands in Namaste. Draw your breath in through your nose down into your abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you've released through your practice this evening, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the reclining poses and the relaxation poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Acknowledge positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then very gently release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. And as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. Thank you. So hopefully you feel as though you've really lifted your energy and giving yourself good energy for the rest of your evening. So thank you very much for joining me.